Morning, guys. Okay, today continuing with the cords and knots playlist, we're going to talk about one of the pieces of our carry kit that I haven't gone as much in detail as I'd like to. And these are the pre-made up lengths of cord that I carry with me. This is the various ones of bushcraft zip ties, twist ties, soft shackles, and cinch cords in there. And right on the top is the Longline. Okay. Now the Longline, in the past we've always carried the quick deployment RIDGELINE, which is a great thing to have. But I got really thinking about it, and the quick deploy RIDGELINE is set up to be with a tarp set. That's part of a shelter system. It's like tent stakes, guy lines, ridge line, etc. So in setting that up, it really should be part of that as opposed to being a standalone, but we use it as standalone. So what I have done is I have created a Longline. Now what this is simply a small bowline, a single toggle, and this is a 20-foot long length of cord. Now what this does is serve the big job. Like when we're going and we put all the gear in the back of the truck or the back of the van, and we want to keep it in one place so it doesn't shift around as we're going on rough roads. This is what we pull out and go around the whole thing and cinch it down to hold it. This is what we use to anchor stuff in place if we're traveling by canoe. This is what we would use to put the gear down, and use this to make an X across the top of it, make a diamond lash over to hold it in place. This is the quick grab cord for that. Now once we get to camp, it is still very useful because it is the long cord that we grab for the jobs. The RIDGELINE will be part of our tarp. And in case you missed my video in the beginning of the Advanced Woodcraft series on the quick deploy tarp set, I'll put a link to it right up here. That's where the RIDGELINE is going to be, and it's going to be busy doing that job. So I don't want to have to take it off to use it for something like this. So let's talk about how many ways this can quickly be set up to be used as a line of some kind. Now what I'm going to talk about right here is like a clothesline. That's something you do a lot down here in the South. You get done hiking, you get your camp set up, and a lot of times their clothes are just sopping wet. And so I want to hang them up and get some air on them and let them dry a little bit. See, something like this will set it up quick. Let me move over here next to a tree. I'm going to show you several different ways it can be hooked up. Okay, we've got a small bowline and one toggle. And we just pull it and it comes right out of the hank. Just like this. And so we got our full 30 foot ready to go. Now coming up to the tree right here, alright, I have the option of just coming around and going through that bowline and cinching it up that way. Okay, I have the option of taking my toggle, sorry for the aircraft, coming up and going through and cinching it down that way. Pull tight and it will lock to the tree and keep it there, but I can twist that and it will come off the tree. So it's like a button, right? I can also attach this where I come over, go over the top, come back to this side, and then holding the end of it, I make this loop right here, see? I'm going to take that loop and I'm going to up and over the top 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Now that when I'm over the third time, I'll put my thumb in that hole and I'm going to cinch it up tight. Just like this. Taking my thumb out and then letting it bite down. That's a timber hitch. So now that can be rock solid and hold it, but when I grab the other end of it and pull, it just falls off the tree. Used for carrying timber. I can also come around, stick this up through it, and just stick a stick in here and have a marline spike hitch. All of the above. So let's go for this. We're going to come up and we're going to put a timber hitch on this side. We go over the top, come back, gripping the end of the loop. We take that loop and we go over the top and wrap it around. 1, 2, 3. And then we put our thumb in that loop or hold on to it, and we're going to cinch it up tight. Just like that. And that will lock it and bind it. Now let's go attach the other end. Okay, now when we get to this end, we've got this toggle. I can simply pull a trucker's hitch in this, go around the tree and anchor it. I can go around the tree, come back, and just wrap it around a couple times and half hitch it, depending on how much weight I need. If I need a fairly tight ridge line, I can take this single toggle right here, come right there, and I'm going to take the cord. There's my toggle. I'm going to take it and I'm going to wrap around one time. Okay? And I'm going to go around the tree. Go around the tree. I'm going to hook it underneath, come over the top, and I'm going to use this to pull it. See? Just like that. Pull it good and tight. Doing like a trucker's hitch. Pull it real tight like that, and then go around, come up, and then just half hitch it. And now that is a very tight ridge line. Done tight, all I gotta do is pull, and it'll fall right off the tree. I'll show you that again. We're gonna stop this where we want it. We're gonna go around the tree, go around the toggle one time. We're gonna come up from the tree. We're gonna go underneath, over the top, and then kind of bringing it down here, we're going to pull it. See? Just like that. You can bring it as tight as you can to trucker's hitch. When we get where we want, we're going to just wrap around that toggle 2 times and pull it tight. And then we put a half inch in. That's all we got to do. And it's a good tight ridge line. Take it down, we got to do is pull it and unhook. Just like that. Super simple. Now I'm going to put it kind of loose for just a second, and I'm going to show you another little trick. Okay, here's my line. I'm going to take, let's say I want to hang some socks or something on here to be fairly close to a fire and use it as a clothesline or something to warm it up. Okay. I got my line secured on one end. I'm going to come up here. I'm going to put the stick from the back side. I'm going to wrap around. Okay? Just wrap it around toward the middle a little bit. I'm going to stand the stick up and I'm going to grab and twist a loop like that. See? So I grab the line and I twist the line back uphill. I'm going to put this over it and I'm going to cinch it up fairly tight and pull it down tight. And you see how that holds the stick to put a toggle in the line? Now let me secure the other end. Okay, now that this line is nice and tight, by hanging it this way, it makes a way I can hang clothing, because on either side of this is a tight pinch, right? So I can take a pair of socks and I can simply come up and over that and it will hold it like a clothespin. So I could hang a shirt, pull the collar around on either side. I can hang a pair of pants by sticking one side and the other side of the pants leg into it and letting it hang down. I can take socks and turn it around quick and easy to heat them up. And that way I've got a fire out here just a couple feet in front of it. So the ambient heat is going to dry out my socks, especially if I'm got to rinse them out because they got kind of irky during the day and I need to dry them out. This works fairly well. But all it is just a stick rigged up on a line so that it's real fast and easy to stick it up there. And it'll stay. I mean, it'll stay by itself. So this not only is a way that I could wrap a line and hook it, it becomes also like a clothespin. And with this, I can hang packs, I can hang straps, I can hang whatever, where if I just tried to put it over the line, it may want to slide or whatever. This prevents any of the sliding. So whatever I want to hang on a line, a gear or whatever in camp, the Longline is for that. So, with a 20-foot piece of line, I've got a quick Longline that I can hook up very quickly and easily to do all those camp chores, to secure the gear in the canoe, secure the gear onto the ATV, secure the gear in the back of the truck, whatever. When I get to camp, I've got something I can put up as an extra line quickly. If I'm using a deer stand, this is the lowering line for me to let my bow or my gun down to the ground or to pull it up to the stand. This is that steep bank that I've got to run a line across and get it across. 20 feet, ready to go with just a easy to tie and untie bowline knot and one single toggle. That's all I got to do. So to hang it, I'm just going to drop my knot and loop down there, come up here, I'm going to just start going back and forth, up and down, zigzag, capturing it in my hand. Keep adjusting it down in my hand. Sorry for the aircraft guys, they're launching at the port, military training base. Now when I get down to a fairly short piece, I'll come up here, I'm going to turn a loop, put over top, pull that tight, and then I'm going to spiral it back down. Just like this. When I get to the very end, I'm going to take that first knot that I did, I'm just going to tuck it up underneath there. It comes right out. That way when I'm ready, all I got to do is just pull this in and it just comes straight out. And I'll take that loop and put over the end to make it all nice and compact. And this stays in my set inside my haversack of my pre-made up, ready to go. So when I pull this little accessory pouch out, these are all my cords ready to go with all the toggles, all the stuff, anything I need for my reclaimed cordage is right there. Plus my source of bank line is in there. And maybe another kind of line as well. This can go into a belt, this can be clipped to a belt, this can go in the strap of the Blackbird. It's a quick, easy accessory pouch, and I've got all my cords available. No muss, no fuss. Hope you've enjoyed this, guys. If you like this type of content, please hit that like, share, and subscribe for me. I'd really appreciate it. And until next time, guys, I'm Blackie, wishing you safe journeys. Have a great day, guys.